welcome to another exciting season of Ndine Thaza. Ndine Thaza is back. My name is Ndongo, but you can call me the Juggernaut. 70 entrepreneurs in, 4 judges per episode, 6 winners so far, and 1 more winner for this season. The only primetime entrepreneurship TV reality game show in Zimbabwe. And this season, season 7, we've got Musho, $1,000 for the ultimate winner. But it's really different and exciting this time because the winner is an organic farmer. Season 7 is featuring organic farmers. We are definitely going green. But what is organic farming? Why organic farming? Well, check this out. The history of organic farming traces back to Egypt and Kush times, where farmers along the Nile River grew crops without fertilizers, and this was the same with our ancestors who grew small grain crops like millet and sorghum without any chemicals. Organic farming currently accounts for about 1% of agricultural land worldwide, and it focuses on sustainability, and it is thought to have less detrimental effect on the environment than conventional farming. This has led it to being proposed as an alternative form of agriculture to help overcome the crisis of climate change we are currently facing. But the debate continues, as it is not a perfect solution in theory. In theory, organic farming should not use fertilizers, herbicides, pesticides, or even feed additives for livestock. It requires the follower to use more natural alternatives. The result is a lower yield, but the farmer can sell their produce at a higher price because consumers believe the product is of higher quality. Instead of fertilizers, manure is used. This recycles waste and improves the soil structure. Crop rotation is used to reduce diseases building up in the soil and also to strengthen the soil composition. Certain crops such as legumes, like peas and beans, fix nitrogen from the air into the soil. This makes the soil more fertile. Instead of using herbicides, weeding is preferred as a method which is environmentally friendly because it is chemical-free. Organic farming is thought to maintain biodiversity better than conventional farming.
Basically, if you look at the current discussions where people talk about agroecology, where most of our small-scale holder farmers were using systems that were sustaining themselves without external inputs. External inputs like fertilizers, external inputs like pesticides, external inputs like other elements in terms of production. Basically, I expect the farmers to more or less try to emulate those type of systems, both from the cultivation side right up to marketing. So systems that embed the 4 principles that I'm talking about: the health aspect, the care aspect, the fairness, and the ecological aspects.
My expectations from the people that are going to participate, the organic farmers that are going to be involved in this competition, we want people who clearly understand what it is to be an organic farmer. The difference between natural and organic. People need to understand, to have a deep appreciation of where the line is drawn between organic and natural. We also want to understand how people have created a sustainable business model around organic farming. Because at the end of the day, according to projection, you will see health and wellness in 2025 is going to be $1 trillion industry. How have entrepreneurs created a sustainable value chain around their business model, and how are they impacting the societies that they belong to, and how are they aiding to issues that has to do with food security? How are they coming in, and how are they addressing issues to do with non-communicable diseases? How is their produce, or how is their model assisting in addressing societal issues, in addressing economic issues, in addressing cultural issues that are around our system? So this is what I'm expecting from all those that are going to be competing, to say what value are they bringing to the economy, how are they impacting to the economy, how are they impacting to the society, what changes are they bringing about in the business world, how transformational is the business idea, how disruptive it is in terms of changing the landscape, or in terms of changing the status quo in terms of organic farming.
There you have it. Now that we know a bit more about organic farming, don't go anywhere, because you're going to learn and appreciate so much more about organic farming on this episode, and ultimately in the entire season, as we watch and learn from amazing organic farmers here in Zimbabwe. See you after the break, and remember always to stay tuned to Ndine Thaza on our social media platforms, Ndine Thaza, all platforms. See you after the break. Welcome back to the primetime entrepreneurship TV reality game show in Zimbabwe, Ndine Thaza. If you would like to stay in touch and get tips from us based on scenes on Ndine Thaza, check out or go to our WhatsApp on the number. And remember, our social media platforms are still alive and active, and with your support, they'll continue growing and expanding. Ndine Thaza, all our platforms. Now, we would like to get to an exciting part of Ndine Thaza, the essence of the judging of Ndine Thaza. We are about to meet the judging panel. The panel of judges, carefully selected this time on season 7, experts who are passionate, educated, and experienced in organic farming and the food industry. People with an interest in the food industry. Let me not preempt what they'll say, but they'll speak for themselves and also bring out their expectations for season 7 in Ndine Thaza. Check them out.
My name is Roger Mpande. By profession, I'm an agronomist, having gone to the Soviet Union during the liberation period, when they in 1978. I basically was interested to do agricultural economics. But somehow realized that I was not very much versed with some of the issues of mechanization, which the subject called for, and decided therefore to do agronomy, but specializing in biotechnology. Came back, worked in the Ministry of Agriculture for about 3 years, then moved on to a number of institutions during the period. But was interested mainly in promoting sustainable agricultural practices. Was not very much impressed by my work within the Ministry of Agriculture, which was mainly conventional agriculture. Therefore decided then to look at other practices like organic agriculture as a main area.
I'm 32 years old, and I've got a BSc in Food Science and Technology and an MBA in Strategic Management. I've got about 7 years industrial experience in food manufacturing business.
My name is Titi, and I grew up in Blue in Gweru. I did my high school in Gweru, Chaplain High School, and I went on to do a BSc in Agriculture, Crop Science at the University of Zimbabwe back in the late 80s, graduated in 1990. I then went on to do my master's and PhD in plant pathology, focusing on microorganisms and plant diseases at the University of Minnesota in the US. And I've since came back in '98 and have been working in the field of agriculture. And I have a passion about agriculture, food, health, nutrition, and ecological crop production that is healthy for the environment.
We are involved in the manufacture of health products, health food products. Why? If you follow through the global trend, health and wellness has become a social value, and people are becoming more and more health conscious. And this also has increased the demand of organic foods because one, there is also an increase in non-communicable diseases such as sugar diabetes, hypertension, cancer, and so forth. So the need of organic food has been on the center stage for the past few years. So as a business, we are also looking into a blockchain system whereby we can integrate with organic farmers so that the output of what they farm becomes an input to our businesses, so that we straighten the value chain of health products to the consumer to manage all the NCDs, the diseases that are coming through because of dietary issues.
Mainly, I think I would like to draw upon the principles that basically define organic agriculture. The health part of it, the ecological, the care, and the fairness, which basically, if grouped together, you actually get sustainable production systems. So, as you might be aware, we talk about ecosystems management. In the past decade, I think that's a major topic where the interaction of all basic elements of production systems, ecosystems, where the soil, the plant, the human health, and the general earth management in the current process and in the future period of agricultural production. So organic production basically brings all these elements within the fold. So my main interest is that at least they sustain the health, they sustain the ecology, they have a care system, and are also fair in terms of both the production and the environment in general.
I expect that our organic farmers really have a clear understanding of what it means to be practicing organic agriculture. And I'm sure that from what most of them will share is what led them to go into organic agriculture. So I expect to see a sharing of the real hard issues. Organic agriculture, I see it more of something that is a working of something from inside to the outside. It's a transformation of how someone views the environment, views crop production, and therefore approaches crop production. And I expect to hear from organic farmers what it is they are doing in their fields, in their lands, to produce crops in a manner that harnesses the benefits of the natural organisms within the environment in order to produce crops that have little negative impact on other living organisms in the environment and on the consumer.
We saw it fit to sponsor season 7 of Ndine Thaza. Why? Because to us it's an opportunity for us to be each other's brother's keeper. As you know, in Zimbabwe, there is a huge challenge in terms of financing of startup businesses through financial institutions. But as entrepreneurs, we can do something to change the narrative. So this is an initiative that we chose to try and empower the entrepreneurs that are upcoming, especially organic farmers. And we also urge to all other entrepreneurs to do the same, because it changes the narrative of the game. We are being each other's brother's keeper.
There you have it. You've met the panel of experts that are going to be steering the ship in terms of giving points to determine ultimately the winner of season 7. But What is Ndine Thaza without the entrepreneurs themselves? And perhaps you are wondering, how can you participate on Ndine Thaza as an entrepreneur? It's simple. You go onto our website and you go onto our social media platforms. Ndine Thaza, all platforms, and the rest are details. Very easy to follow. Now you'll have the privilege to meet the entrepreneurs. And for the first time on Ndine Thaza, this season, with entrepreneurs from across the country, and most of the entrepreneurs are from rural Zimbabwe, but doing amazing in terms of organic farming. Don't go anywhere, because after the break, that's when we'll meet the farmers. Welcome back to Ndine Thaza. Thank you for staying tuned, because now we'll get to meet the entrepreneurs. And guess what? This time, this season, the ultimate winner, the one winner, is walking away with $1,000 cash, courtesy of our sponsors. But there's also something in it for you, the viewer. This time, there are hampers to be won on each and every episode, and if you participate through our social media platforms, you stand a chance to win something to munch and crunch during lunch. That is healthy food snacks, courtesy of one of our sponsors. So stay tuned and make sure to participate on our social media platform, because this time you also walk away with a prize, which is a hamper. But still, we need to meet the entrepreneurs. So without wasting much more time, check out the entrepreneurs for season 7, the farmers.
My name is Ndine Thaza. I'm 25 years of age. I was born in Kwekwe and I grew up in Kwekwe. Then I came here in Harare, going to school at Webi College. I'm a farmer, a full-time farmer.
My name is David Zochishengeni and I'm an animal scientist. I am 24 years old. I was born and raised in Mfakose. I started doing my primary school in 2003 at Gwinyero Primary School. Then from 2003 up to 2007, I finished my primary school and went to Nyadira High School, where I started Form 1. So from 2010 until 2013, that was when I was in Form 4, and then I finished in 2013. From Form 5 to Form 6, I continued at Nyadira High School, but mainly my subjects at Form 3 were agriculture, biology, and geography.
My name is Isabel Banderson, ni Mafuso. Ndakaberekerwa ku Harare, ndakakurira ku Chivu nekumfakosi. Ndikafunda kwa Highfield Secondary, ndikazoita nursing, about 18. Ndikazoita other things, ndakura. Ndakazosiya nursing. And fast forward to 2002, ndakazosiya basa, ndikapinda mu full-time farming.
Ndinonzi Trainers Naingwarati. Ndakazvarirwa Machiota murainiri kwaCharakupa 1958. Ndakadzidza primary yangu pachitanga school kusvika grade 5. Ndobva ndasienda kumusha kwamai vangu kunjanja. Ndobva mai vangu vashaika 1972. Ndiri grade 6. Handakuzoenderera mberi nedzidzo, ndakagumira grade 7.
My name is Takudzo Mlambo, and I am a graduate of animal science. I did my Bachelor of Science degree in agriculture at the University of Zimbabwe, and I graduated in 2019. I grew up in Gutu in Masungo. That's where I did my high school.
Ini ndinoitwa Tracy Kashanji. My maiden name is Tracy Smango. Ndakaroorwa ndine makore 55 years. Ndine vana 4, 3 girls, 3 boys, 1 girl. And ndinogara kuHwedza kuAmambo Soswe. Ndichigara kuma settlement areas kuSengezi Ward 4.
Inini ndinoitiwa mai Beauty Katsenga. Ndakazvarirwa kuKomera St Patrick Hospital. Ndikapinda chikoro changu ikoko. Ndaiva mwana waifarira zvamakwikwi zvikuru. Kana zvokugona pachikoro ndaigona. Nokuti mamwe maclasses handina kumapinda. Asi kuti ndaijambiswa.
My name is Tinashe Gundidza. I come from Masvingo, Bikita. I think the most interesting part of my life is the early life. I grew up kumusha kubikita, and my vangu waifarira zvokurima. She was a very hard worker, so I guess that's where I picked the ethic.
Inini ndeitwa Oliver Bosha. Ndine makore anoita 50 years. Kukura kwangu ndakakura ndisina vabereki. Ndakakura ndichirerwa natete, hanzvadzi yababa. Saka kubva ipapo, kubva grade 1 kusvika grade 6 ndopandikazobva kwatete ndakuya kugara pana pamusha pababa wangu. Kubva ipapo ndopandikatanga zvokurima. Ndiri grade 6 ndakatanga kurima garden. Ndiri grade 6.
My name is Vimbai Saruchira. I'm 26 years of age and I'm married. I went to Kodniselu School and Mount Mellery in Nyanga, and then I continued my secondary school at St. Mary's Makadli and also St. David's Bonda. I actually went to my uni in 2015 at Chinua University of Technology.
There you have it. You've met the amazing entrepreneurs for season 7, Ndine Thaza. 5-5. It's not a gender battle, but 5 girls, 5 guys. Whew. Who is going to walk away with the ultimate prize? I'm also excited to notice that this time around, there's a good balance in terms of age. We've got the young and the old competing for the ultimate prize. These are the entrepreneurs, this is the show, and we can only wait to see who will be the ultimate winner. Remember never to miss out on the action of Ndine Thaza by subscribing to our YouTube channel. And also remember never to miss out on the action and participate for the prize hamper by coming onto our social media platforms, Ndine Thaza or platforms. An amazing, stupendous season ahead of us. So much more in terms of hampers, the prize, a lot of action coming up, and the ultimate organic farmer shall be crowned with $1,000 cash. From the amazing crew behind the scenes, from you, the viewers who have given us amazing support over the season, over the years, and of course, from myself, the Juggernaut, I'm out.